Desperate times call for desperate measures. This is a statement that Bosco Ngumba can relate with. He has spent the better part of the last 15 years of his life on water. This is his livelihood. On this day, NTV finds him in Katabi near Entebbe in Wakiso district. Ngumba tells us that he has been fending for himself since he was 13 years old.
My parents had separated and my father had gotten another wife. When I joined them, I always felt like I was inconveniencing them since she had come with her own children. So I decided to leave, but I explained to my father the situation at home. I asked him to let me go and promised him I would return if life worked out for me. When I left the barracks where I was staying, I started sleeping on the veranda of a dog home just outside the barracks until I decided to enter the botanical forest.
It was at this point that his love for fishing was born.
Now, because we were sleeping in the forest which is near Lake Victoria, I was curious to start fishing because those I was with were making a killing from fishing. They would make 10,000 shillings a day and sometimes even more. I wanted to be like them, so I joined them. In fact, before you arrived, I was preparing myself to go to work.
We follow him to work. His first stop is at a location he calls the hunting ground. With no protective equipment, he dips his bare hands into the muddy water, searching for earthworms. The 27-year-old tells NTV about the day when he stuck his hands into the water, only to have him fighting for his life.
One day, I was searching for earthworms when I dipped my hands in the muddy water, only to be attacked by a lungfish. I struggled to remove my hand, but I was terribly hurt. But you see, you cannot stop, because while the lungfish has gotten what to eat, you have not.
As evening drew closer, Ngumba gathered his tools, which included the earthworms, bamboo sticks, and logs which he uses as a boat of sorts.
We used to use some boats which we call parlor boats, but this was stopped. So we wondered what to use because we could not afford the bigger boats. So we opted to use this. We cut them from water and then put together to make a boat-like structure.
Ngumba reveals that while this sort of fishing provides a source of living, it is also a seasonal business with a number of challenges.
Sometimes we bump into policemen who really mistreat us. On some days, they will hit us so bad that we end up falling in water. Sometimes they take our money and sometimes even the fish too. But it is really difficult because sometimes it is even hard to make as little as 5,000 shillings. There are also some bad seasons. For example, from January to March, during the dry spell when it's not raining, these are bad times for us. I will tell you, during this time, you will almost catch no fish at all.
With that in mind, the father of four says that he could not afford to keep his family in the city.
After a while, I got myself a wife and I have 4 children now. But it was so hard to take care of them with the little I was making. We both decided that they should go to the village.
He also has some hopes for the future.
It will really be helpful if we found someone to buy us a bigger boat. We will be able to work freely, but also it will be so helpful if I got money to do another business. I could even start a video library or even a chapati stall.
Augustine Odori Isa's story is kind of similar to Ngumba's.
My previous water vessel was old. It had done its part. I needed to get a new one. But we cannot afford the requirements they want us to meet. We are worried we will be chased away one day because we are near the barracks.
Hoping to catch them in action, we follow Ngumba as he joins his colleagues to carry on with the fishing.
So we've been waiting for about 2 hours for Bosco to make his very first catch, but so far, no good news, but we wait.
By the time NTV team departed, while some of his colleagues had caught a considerable amount of fish, Bosco had only captured one. Sandrah Twinoburyo, NTV News.